In the headlines, Member of Parliament for the Salisbury constituency charged with incitement, a $25 million project to assist farmers and fisher folk gets underway, and Dominica joins the rest of the region in observing Caribbean Wellness Day. I'm Andrea Louis with the Channel 5 News, back with the details after this.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Unlimited Flow local landline minutes mean you can talk and talk and talk. Plus the best in TV entertainment with over 120 channels and 29 in HD, all for $160 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
Here are some tips to reduce mosquito presence in and around your home. Keep water storage containers properly covered. Remove containers that can collect water from your surroundings. Keep garbage bins tightly covered. Pick up your litter and remove all tires from your yard. Keep gutters free of leaves and twigs to prevent stagnant water. Prevent Zika, dengue, and chikungunya. Fight the bite. This is a public service announcement from the Dominica Red Cross.
This message is supported by Flow.
Flow helps you stay connected to what matters. Simple plans and a better network mean that you can enjoy 7 days of unlimited social messaging, 3 gigabytes of reliable data to use as you like, 700 local anywhere calls and texts, with the always-on prepaid plan, all for $29. Keep your number when you switch to Dominica's most reliable LTE network. Buy wherever you top up. Switch to Flow. It only gets better.
Thank you for staying with us. First up, opposition parliamentarian and Member of Parliament for the Salisbury constituency, Hector John, has been charged with incitement. John was taken to the magistrate's court on Friday, where the charge was read against him and subsequently released. He spoke to the local media shortly thereafter.
I'm an advocate for open, transparent, and accountable government, and I'll continue to do so. Today they gave me more energy to go on, and they'll be hearing more from me. As a Member of Parliament, they'll not deter me, they'll not distract me. I'll remain on course, and that's what it's all about. Dominica is in a serious place right now, and we all have to ask ourselves questions. Can we speak in our country freely? Can we walk freely? Can we go about our business freely in our country? I've never seen that before. And I just want us to ponder on that for some time.
Channel 5 News understands that John was charged with incitement in relation to a statement he made at the UWP public meeting in Roseau the previous week. He is expected to return to court on 13th December. In other top stories, government has launched a new project designed to assist farmers and fisherfolk affected by Hurricane Maria. Curdisha St. Louis has that story.
Following the devastation of Hurricane Maria in September 2017, the government of Dominica, with the financial support of the World Bank to the tune of $25 million, started the implementation of the Dominica Emergency Agricultural Livelihoods and Climate Resilience Project. According to project manager Kervin Stevenson, this 5-year intervention is designed to help farmers and fisherfolk affected by Hurricane Maria restore their agriculture and fishing livelihoods and adopt climate-resilient practices.
The project consists of 3 main components. One is to restore the productive base of the agriculture sector, that is crops, livestock and fishes. But equally important is the restoration of the infrastructure of the Ministry of Agriculture so that services can be provided to over 5,000 farmers. So restoration of the infrastructure and at the same time institutional strengthening of the Ministry of Agriculture with regards to training, opportunities and studies are the 2 main components of the project. And the third component of the project is basically the project management, which consists of the project management units. So essentially, we're hoping that with $25 million US dollars, roughly 65 million EC dollars, that will contribute to restoration of the sector after Hurricane Maria.
Stevenson explained the reason behind the call for expressions of interest sent out by the government, noting that farmers need to meet certain criteria to be able to apply for the grants.
We are saying that as a crop farmer, you cannot apply as a livestock farmer or as a fisher farmer. So that's the first thing that needs to be understood, in that the package is for one type of farmer. So yes, there are a number of farmers in Dominica that have crops, livestock, and being a fisherman at the same time. But the criteria for a livestock farmer, for example, a commercial livestock is having, for example, more than 10 female goats. So a person having like 2 goats, 3 goats, and crops is basically not considered a commercial livestock farmer. So the package is for eligible crop, livestock, and fisher folks. And it's important that when they express their interest, they have items to make them eligible, which is the identification cards, which is a choice from 4 identification, either your passport, your driver's license, social security, or the produce seller's license. It doesn't mean that you need to have all of them. So it's just a matter of having one form of identification.
Stevenson revealed, however, that farmers must have authorization to use the land as well as a declaration of labor.
We must have authorization for using the land, be it a lease, a private lease arrangement, or we have leases with the public government. Or we could have family arrangements where we look for authorization with a JP, or we have situations where we hope that we can bring that information to lands and surveys, people squatting on public lands, and people squatting on private lands. So having documentations of ID, having authorization to use the land, and a labor declaration proving your contribution to the program, in that medium farmers would like to contribute 2, and large farmers contribute 2 laborers, meaning that any farmer having more than 2 acres would have to indicate who are the 2 people farming the land, and anyone who has more than 5 acres, which we consider a large farmer, they would have to show that they are free laborers as their contribution to the project.
Channel 5 News will bring you more on this ongoing project in a subsequent newscast. Kadisha Sentry, Channel 5 News.
On to health matters. Dominica will join the rest of the region in observing Caribbean Wellness Day on Saturday. We again join Kadisha St. Louis with more.
Caribbean Wellness Day is observed on the 2nd Saturday in September each year, following a decision made by heads of government in 2007 in an effort to fight non-communicable diseases, NCDs. Chief Medical Officer Dr. David Johnson listed some of the most prevalent NCDs in the Caribbean as hypertension, diabetes, cancers, and stroke. He noted that the government of Dominica takes the preventative measures to fight NCDs very seriously in order to reduce chances of dealing with the after effects. This year's theme is Love That Body, Walk a Mile with a Smile, with a special emphasis being placed on the growing elderly population.
We have almost 13%, 14% of our population, they're above the age of 60. And according to the WHO, if you have that percentage of persons above 60, then it means that you have a very high elderly population. And as you go older, you know that elderly persons are suffering from, as you advance in age, more likely you'll suffer from things like heart disease, hypertension, things like also cancer.
The Health Promotion Unit will be collaborating with other organizations to have a myriad of other activities throughout the month.
A lot of activities like health walk, hikes through the National Trail will be done. Sporting day activity will be held. There's actually a calendar of events that we have. We have things like mass aerobics, Zumba, food demonstration, radio and television discussion.
The CMO shared that various health districts will be conducting various activities as part of Caribbean Wellness Month, which extends after the observance of the day. He had these words of advice to the general public as it relates to the fight against NCDs.
Persons have to abstain from tobacco, okay? Cigarettes, okay? You have to reduce your consumption of sugar, okay, and fatty foods, foods that are high in cholesterol. Exercise. Try to exercise as regular, as often as possible, at least every day. Walk every day, okay? 50 minutes a day. Try to ensure that you get sufficient rest.
The Adventist community is also joining in on the national observance of Caribbean Wellness Day. Health Coordinator for the East Caribbean Conference of Seventh-day Adventists, Priscilla Prevost, who is a nurse by profession, says the Adventist community regularly partners with the Ministry of Health's Health Promotion Unit for this occasion and will be having a week of events around the country.
In fact, we have always, as a church, been recognizing either the third week or the fourth week of September as Health Week. And the Caribbean Wellness Day, Caribbean Wellness Week, or Caribbean Wellness Month coincides quite nicely with our annual Health Week, which this year is from the 15th of September to the 21st of September.
Caribbean countries have been observing Caribbean Wellness Day since 2008. Nurse Prevost applauds the increased consumption of fruits, vegetables, nuts, and healthy foods, which she believes is a reflection of individuals taking their health more seriously.
As we move around, we see all the major supermarkets now offering a wide range of fruits and vegetables, in addition to what is provided at the Roseau Market and the roadside vendors. This is something that was not seen before, like we are seeing now. So there is no excuse.
Prevost has sounded the call for a survey to reflect the prevalence of non-communicable diseases among the population to better plan healthcare for the nation.
I believe it is time for a repeat of the STEP survey, which provided needed information in 2008. The STEP survey was conducted in 2007, 2008. It told us that the consumption of fruits and vegetables, it told us the prevalence of the diabetes and hypertension in the society, in the country. And so I believe 10 years later, we should have another survey to actually give us what it is, what the situation is right now, so that we can plan as we move forward.
You're watching the Channel 5 News. Stay tuned for more after the break.
Flow helps you stay connected to what matters. Simple plans and a better network mean that you can enjoy 7 days of unlimited social messaging, 3 gigabytes of reliable data to use as you like, 700 local anywhere calls and texts, with the always-on prepaid plan, all for $29. Keep your number when you switch to Dominica's most reliable LTE network. Buy wherever you top up. Switch to Flow. It only gets better.
L'anisine tout partout. Attention si vous êtes homme et bien femme. Visitez place santé pour examiner corps. Ça c'est un nick pour yo ouais si la ni pièce moun au lion qui ni maladie TB et bien maladie sexuelle. En compagnie moun qui ni maladie HIV pe ni TB aussi. Savent qui la ni guérison pour TB. Ou ça vivre en bonne santé même si ou ni maladie HIV. Parlez by docteur. Prends responsabilité ou. Aidez du bout de sime maladie TB et HIV. Ou agir tout le monde pour examiner corps yo.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Unlimited Flow local landline minutes mean you can talk and talk and talk. Plus the best in TV entertainment with over 120 channels and 29 in HD. All for $160 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
Welcome back. Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit has pledged a number of social and economic development programs to benefit all in the Kainago territory. Khadisha St. Louis has more.
Speaking at the inauguration for the new Kalinago chief, Lorenzo Stanford, earlier this week, the Prime Minister highlighted one of the main initiatives as more resilient housing for the Kalinago people.
There are a number of very urgent matters that are on your agenda. One has to do with the allocation of lots so that the government can come in and build the homes for the Kalinago people. The Kalinago people need these homes, and they need these homes urgently, and the government needs access to the land because the land is vested in the Kalinago chief, and therefore, even as Prime Minister, I cannot come in and say, I will take this land and put something on it. I need to get the authorization.
Another priority area is food security, which the Prime Minister stated is the drive behind the need for allocations of land to build an agricultural station.
We believe that we need to assure and ensure the food security of the Kalinago territory. And with the huge opportunities in agriculture, especially with cassava and its byproducts, there are huge economic opportunities in agriculture for the Kalinago people. But you need access to planting material. You need access to technical advice. And you also need access to financing. And with the physical presence of our agricultural station, you would have access to a number of these very important elements that would enhance the agricultural possibilities.
The construction of better offices for the Kalinago Council is also part of the Prime Minister's plan.
A center for the Kalinago Council, for the Kalinago chief, and to provide better services to the residents of the Kalinago territory. I remember coming here and speaking to the Kalinago chief and speaking to the council. I brought in architects, I brought in engineers, and it never went through. And I'm saying to us that we need to get these things going where we can have a cultural center to complement this facility, where the cultural art forms can be displayed.
A craft center is also the focus of the Prime Minister, as he believes this would lead to greater economic impact within the tourism sector.
We have to have a center where the tourists can come in with appropriate facilities. There'll be a restaurant, there'll be washrooms, there'll be entertainment, and that whenever throughout the 365 days of the year, we can have access to the Carib craft. And not only during the narrow tourist season as we define it. And that we can teach Dominicans and our visitors to our country how to make the craft on the spot. And I believe that would lend to tremendous economic possibilities and opportunities for the Kalinago people where the craft is concerned.
In other news, concern that Montserrat's mountain chicken population in the wild has died out. 13 September is observed as International Mountain Chicken Day, and Montserrat is the only other Caribbean island apart from Dominica where the mountain chicken can be found. However, recent investigations show that the two remaining frogs in that island have not been located for some time.
Montserrat in the wild, actually, sadly to say, there basically were two frogs recently, but they have not been found. So we can actually say that their population of wild frogs have gone extinct in the wild. But in the safe haven, which is a controlled environment, we just released about 24 frogs in that area.
The frogs released in the safe haven were bred at a variety of zoos in London in an effort to re-establish a mountain chicken population in Montserrat and Dominica.
Just last month in Montserrat, we have a project which is called Adopt a Home. It's an initiative with the government of Montserrat and some zoos in Europe, Durrell Wildlife Trust and ZSL. And what they're doing now is they have created a safe haven in Montserrat, which is an area specially quarantined for the frogs. And they're now releasing those frogs in that specialized forest. And what we're going to look is to see how the Montserratian frogs are surviving and how did they do in that kind of control mechanization. Those 24 frogs were bred in Europe across different zoos, Northern Ark, Chester Zoo, Durrell Wildlife Trust, and ZSL. So it's a combination of zoos who's actually working to breed frogs, and have come together to release their frogs, which are all Montserrat originated frogs.
And the Melissa Scarrett Foundation will hold its first ever health fair on Monday. Speaking at the presentation of scholarships to 50 students as part of the foundation's Adopt a Child Back to School program earlier this week, Mrs. Scarrett revealed that a health fair, the first of its kind, will be held this Monday, 16 September.
A team of health experts and doctors will be on hand to speak to you about the importance of remaining healthy and ways one can achieve optimal health. Numerous health checks will also be conducted at the health fair. These wellness checks will also lead to follow-up visits with the attending doctors, specifically cancer screening, which we have now seen an increase in patients. I am now extending a personal invitation to all of the parents here today. Ralph Waldo Emerson stated that our wealth is our health. Our health is our wealth. We need to take our health seriously in order to be there for our young ones. They need us. Our country needs us. And let us take advantage of this opportunity.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Unlimited Flow local landline minutes mean you can talk and talk and talk. Plus the best in TV entertainment with over 120 channels and 29 in HD. All for $160 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
Here are some tips to reduce mosquito presence in and around your home. Keep water storage containers properly covered. Remove containers that can collect water from your surroundings. Keep garbage bins tightly covered. Pick up your litter and remove all tires from your yard. Keep gutters free of leaves and twigs to prevent stagnant water. Prevent Zika, dengue, and chikungunya. Fight the bite. This is a public service announcement from the Dominica Red Cross.
This message is supported by Flow.
Flow helps you stay connected to what matters. Simple plans and a better network mean that you can enjoy 7 days of unlimited social messaging, 3 gigabytes of reliable data to use as you like, 700 local anywhere calls and texts with the always-on prepaid plan, all for $29. Keep your number when you switch to Dominica's most reliable LTE network. Buy wherever you top up. Switch to Flow. It only gets better.
To end the news, the headlines again. Member of Parliament for the Salisbury constituency charged with incitement. A $25 million project to assist farmers and fisherfolk gets underway. And Dominica joins the rest of the region in observing Caribbean Wellness Day. Feel free to contact us at news@marpin2k4.com. You can also access our past newscasts on our YouTube channel. On behalf of the entire production team, I am Andrea Louis. And to all of our viewers around the world, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful weekend.